There are only two sounds on earth that I cannot stand. The sound of my primary care physician yapping about my cholesterol he won't shut up about, and the sound of acoustic guitar going direct out. That is awful. I can't tell you how many times I used to gig professionally as an acoustic duo type thing, and the worst sound is just a dry acoustic guitar direct out into a PA. It doesn't matter the beauty of the chords that you're playing. It's got that high brittle piezo sound that we're gonna fix today because Sonicake has sent me their AA Factory acoustic guitar preamp, which has a lot of different things that we're gonna talk about. Primarily, it has a 3-band EQ, with a notch filter and a reverb, which is really the only thing you need if you are gonna gig acoustically. Those are the only things that I ever brought were an EQ pedal and a reverb pedal. Again, so I'd have to have like a little mini pedal board and stuff like this. This is nice because it's just one thing. Has an XLR output and a 1/4-inch output, so you have some options, but we're gonna talk about it, okay? So this Martin guitar, this is one of the SCs. I think it has one of the actual best sounding electronics out there, but it still has that high end, which when I'm playing live, I take it and I really try to like eliminate as much as I can with the tone knob. Okay, so this is tone all the way up. Oh, I can't, guys. I really can't. This is tone all the way down. Now you might hear this again. This isn't even going through the pedal. So you might sound kind of like that sounds awful. That sounds like it's underwater. In a live setting with a bunch of bodies in the room and the venue that is probably not treated and has a bunch of weird natural reflections, that actually is preferable to me. So here we go. This is tone all the way on. And I'm gonna engage the pedal, okay? So right now, there hasn't really been any adjustments made, but let's just do, the first thing I wanna do is just take the bass and crank it all the way up, okay? Already, I think it sounds better. It has so much more of a depth to it that you don't notice that high end as much, okay? So the other thing we could do is we take the treble, turn it down a little bit. Already, that's better. Another way to kind of mitigate it is to palm mute everything, and then you palm mute a little bit of the high end out of your guitar, right? Again, the high end is almost always the problem for me. Now, the other problem is that it's dry as a bone. So the nice thing about this is a whole separate pedal built into this on the left side that is just the reverb right away. Oh my gosh. Now there's an acoustic guitar tone that I can actually fall in love with. Again, depending on how you're playing, fingerstyle or with a pick. Like if I was playing with my fingers, it's like, okay, let's introduce some of the treble back in there. Maybe take the bass down a little bit, mids down a little bit. See, now I have a little bit of that chime left, still in the signal. With a pick, that's still a little too much treble. That's why I want to take that treble all the way down right there, maybe like 9 o'clock. Now, depending on if you're playing with a band, you might not want this much bass. Oh, there's more bass. now we're full on bass. You might not want this much bass in your signal if you're playing with another guitar player, with a bass player for sure. But if it's just solo acoustic guitar, give me all of the bass. Now I can do power chords. And it sounds like an acoustic guitar, but doesn't have that kind of quacky sound that I can't stand, right? So the other signals on here, we have the reverb mix and then the decay of it, right? So let's just dime it all the way out. And then let's put the decay all the way up. So that's a deep sound. messy if you keep it there. So have the decay at noon, and then maybe just a little bit of reverb would sound like this. Not enough reverb for my liking. I like a lot of reverb. Again, it sounds like you're in a room. They did a really good job voicing the reverb on here because it's a good, natural sounding reverb. That doesn't sound like an effect so much as it just sounds like you're enhancing the actual signal of what you're doing, okay? Now, the other two knobs on here are a notch, filter, and frequency, okay? If you don't know what that means, this is mostly for live stuff, I would say. This is not going to be a problem in the room that I'm in. It's even kind of, I was trying to demonstrate this earlier, but in certain rooms, especially, like I said, with all those reflections and stuff, you'll have feedback on an acoustic guitar, even if you don't think you should be getting feedback, right? So what that means is, like, especially if the open E string is sustaining to the point of maybe breaking up, right? You can kind of hear it here, but again, in a live situation, I've had this where it seems like the entire show you're just teetering on the brink of feedback the entire time, right? What you need there's just one certain frequency. Usually it's a note, actually. Sometimes it could be like, if it's an E, this E would like trigger it almost as much as this E would, and this E, and there's just certain frequencies that, no matter where you are still going to be problematic in certain settings. So what a notch filter does is it allows you to find that frequency and just get rid of that one frequency. So you're not really affecting it as widely as you are with a 3-band EQ, but like, let's say this was giving me a problem, I could go through the frequency, and then like if I have this all the way up, I could scan it using that knob right there until I find the frequency that is causing me to like whistle or almost feedback. And then just get rid of it. Just notch it out. Get it out, right? So again, really cool pedal. I'm just gonna set it up. This is probably the way that I like it most right here. Mids down a little, treble down just as much, bass all the way up, reverb to an amount that would annoy a lot of purists, but I love. And then again, you can also use it almost as a volume boost because you have a volume pedal right there. So I have an affiliate link in the description. These are so inexpensive. They're under $100. Amazing value for what you get. And, Sonicake has just been a great company to work with over the years. So if you want to support the channel, hit that affiliate link, grab yourself one, and I'm just going to play out with one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite original songs to play because it's a fun one to demonstrate an acoustic guitar pedal because I love acoustic guitar. So thanks for watching.